cute, and welcome back to another Toast podcast episode. Teach one and succeed together. Hello. So today we are going to be talking about becoming a better woman. Okay. So if you're like me, sometimes you find yourself scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, and we see a lot of talk about what it is to become that girl or become a better woman. And it may be different or should be slightly different for all of us, right? And so I want to dive into that today. I feel like that kind of explains where I'm at in my life currently, and it's time to just level up even more. And so I'm going to be talking about what it means to me and things that I am personally doing and adapting or doing more of to become a better woman. And so, yeah, let's get into it. So, like I said, we see a lot of content and talk and advice given about becoming a better woman. But for me personally, I think it's important to always start inward and work yourself out, right? Like blossoming, becoming a blossomed flower. And so for me, I like to take the more introspective approach first because that's just me by nature, y'all. That's just me. I'm all about self reflection, figuring out what I like, what I don't like, where I need to improve, where, what my strengths are, and all of that. And so once I am doing my homework on that, I can start to think about, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what type of person do I want to be or need to be in order to obtain whatever it is that I'm trying to obtain in my life? That looks different from everybody. Success is different from everybody. Everybody have their own version of what type of lifestyle they want to live, want to acquire, have, what have you. And so I like to personally think about that. And I know for me, the type of woman I'm becoming, has to have a great level of integrity and character. I feel like I've already pretty much have that, but I want that to be even like strengthened even more. When I think about the type of woman I want to become and striving to become, I often think about my character. It's not always about aesthetics, being pretty, having the nicest fat butt, or how skinny I am, whatever it is. It's not about the outside appearance all the time for me, or really most of the time, because you can be beautiful and your character can suck. We see that all the time, okay? You may be one of them. No, I'm kidding. Us as women, I feel like we have gotten away from, showing more of that softness about us. And I think we have gotten so complacent and just tolerated just things that kind of temper our character. We see a lot of this on social media. A lot of things is okay and cool and funny and goes now that it wasn't before. You can't be a person with bad character talking about you that girl or you a better woman when you acting crazy. When your character is all tore up in pieces. That is not gonna work, honey. It is not gonna work. It may seem cute for now. You may even have some of the things that you want for now, but your character is really what's gonna drive you and take you even further if it is done in a respectful way, a positive way, just keep it cute, right? And so for me, being genuine, being, just having integrity and being a person with a given heart, a person that's slow to speak, quick to listen, which y'all, That's not always easy. I don't know about y'all, how y'all feel about it, but that's not always easy, you know. But I know that's important for me, you know, to continue working on. And I really want to be in my soft, feminine ways. And I want to be a person to where, you know, people are not just focused on my looks and how pretty I am, but how pretty and how beautiful my, you know, I am as a person. You know, my presence when I walk in a room, my aura, they feel that. They don't only see my light, but they feel it. You know, it's a presence about myself, and the light that I have inside me is complementary to the beauty that you see on the outside. It's all in one. And so I think about the type of person, you know, that I need to be as far as how disciplined I am. You know, am I disciplined in my finances? Am I disciplined in saying I'm going to do this and actually doing those things? Um, that takes time, you know. It's not something that you just gonna it's gonna happen overnight, you know. But taking small steps is better than taking no steps at all. And so yeah, those are the things that just comes to mind for me. Now, as far as the things that I'm doing to become a better woman, I've kind of already mentioned a couple of them, you know, just as far as like character wise, right? Um, but on the flip side of that, a lot of things that I touched on earlier that we see, of course, you know, I want to be able to have those, you know, check ins with myself. I think it's easy for us to just go on our life and we just deal with whatever emotions and feelings that we have and not really sit with it. You know, we don't really take time to sit with our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts and really dive deep. I'm not saying it's something that you got to do literally every day, but necessarily get into a better habit in doing that. For some people, it's journaling. You can journal every day. You can journal for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, weekly, once a month, whatever that is. That has been something that I have practiced and advocated for. However, I have not always been consistent with doing that. But I will say I have done a better job and still going to continue doing a better job at really, you know, reflecting on my emotions. Because as women, you know, we are a bit emotional. So we are just an emotional species of beings. And for me, I am learning and trying to learn how to balance that. How to, like, it's okay to be emotional right here and there and at this time, but not um allowing that to cross over as far as business or other things like that, because that's a certain type of person that you have to be when it comes to business. When it comes to things, you can't be emotional. So finding a healthy balance with that, right? So I think, you know, just checking in on yourself like you check in with your people. You know, just how am I feeling today? You know, why did I even have that thought? Like, that don't even make sense. Where did it even come from? And just really taking captive of your own thoughts, you know, and recognizing them, right? And improving on them and trying to have a more positive approach to, you know, your emotions and your feelings. Another thing that I am doing is creating a routine that makes sense to me, right? Y'all, oh my gosh, y'all can probably attest to this as well. I have tried, you know, to be that girl, to be that woman, to get up super early in the morning and work out. You know, that 5 a.m., 6 a.m. type girl, to do that. Not for me. Okay? And, you know, I'm all about being healthy and going to the gym and things like that. But I have to be honest and say, there's not too many things that I actually enjoyed doing while working out. There are a couple. I do enjoy lifting weights, but it has to be with somebody because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing and I want to make sure I'm doing right because ain't nobody trying to hurt this back. But I think I have to find what works for me. As for you as well, we can't always try to duplicate someone else's routine because that's what they say to do, or they're telling you this is how you're going to get better. No, you're going to get better by finding things that you actually like to do. So if you're not the girl that like going to the gym, take a Zumba class. If you don't like Zumba class, take walks, go hiking, ride a bike, whatever it is, but it has to be something that you actually like, that you're not going to find yourself not committed to. You want to be able to be disciplined and commit to those things. For some, it may be meal prepping. I do like the idea of meal prepping, and that is something I want to do more, but for real, that's not always the most convenient thing for me. As a single woman and by myself, it's easy for me to just quickly grab something. And I'm not saying I'm just grabbing things unhealthy, but sometimes, it's just easier to do so. But that's an area I'm still trying to work on. And I'm trying to create something that makes more sense for me and complements where I'm at right now. And that can change. Like, it literally can change. And that's okay. So it's nice to be inspired by what other people are doing, how they're doing it, and just to see, hopefully, how consistent they're doing it for. But at the end of the day, I have to think about myself. Another thing that I am doing to become a better woman is making time to really enjoy my life. I have talked to several people, family, and often they just tell me, it's okay to slow down, and it's okay to not slow down to the point to where I'm just content and I'm not making any moves and not trying to continue my ladder of success or, achieving my goals. But it's okay to just take time to enjoy your life, to set the business aside, or you working, it's okay to set those things aside because it's going to be there. Because as cliche as it is, and that we say, you only get one. You really only get one. And I know for me, it's been something that I've been aware of for some time. I don't have the greatest balance in my life because I am so just super goal oriented. Like, I have to do this. I'm hard on myself. It's like, no, no, no. And I get burnt out and I get tired. And I know that it's important for me to even do small things before I even get to the point of burnt out, right? And so for me, it's okay to go out more. It's okay to put your laptop down, put your Mac down, put your phone down, and go out and do something. Spend some time in the sun, whatever it is, And honestly, I've been doing my best to do that. I still gotta, really work in that area. But when I do find myself making time to enjoy my life, I feel better. I do. I feel better. It's like a relief, all this pent up stress and just trying to just tough it out so I can, achieve my goals and do this and do that. And I'm working hard and I'm tired. It's just, I can exhale. I really can just exhale. And that's important that you all do the same thing too. Because for me, I know if I'm not enjoying myself and I'm doing everything but that, eventually, I don't know. For me personally, I don't feel like in certain situations, I'm not as bubbly like I would usually be. It's just like my character kind of shift a little bit and I'm just serious. like so serious. And I'm like, no, that's not you. There's a time to be serious and time not. But you bubbly, you like to act crazy and have fun and all of that. Like, that's really the core of who I am. And so, yeah, I find myself like that at times when I'm not doing anything to enjoy my life, and then I feel some type of way, when I'm not doing so, and I feel like, okay, my life is just passing me by. I'm seeing everybody else smile and this and that, and here I am like, man, I ain't even got the energy, or that's not okay. Like, that's just not okay. And just realizing that I don't have to do anything super big all the time to enjoy myself. It can be something so small. I'm a foodie. I love food. Food makes me smile. So me trying out a new restaurant is enjoyable, right? It's enjoyable to you too. I know I'm not the only one. Like, I love food. Food really changes your mood. It just changes, It's literally my love language. And so just simple things. It doesn't always have to be extraordinary. Of course, I want those extraordinary experiences, okay? And that will happen, but just taking time to enjoy my life and for the people that I love. I have people, that I genuinely love, my family, friends, and I feel guilty at times when I feel like I'm not as active, and spending time with them as I can be. And I know there's a season, where you have to kind of hide out and just really reel in and focus. That's true. That's true. But sometimes that gets too prolonged. And for me, I felt like that was the case. And that's not okay. I want to become a better woman. So, a better sister, daughter, granddaughter, friend, what have you. Eventually, wife, So it's important for me to just spend time, with people that I love and just enjoy life, right? And so that kind of leads me into the last thing that I'm doing to become a better woman. Um, Rewarding myself. Yeah, rewarding myself. I work hard. I work hard. And, I'm just going to be open about it. And I have before, of you guys, for those who have been following me for some time, I attend therapy, and I have been for a while. And she always asks me, what I done for fun, or what is something I have rewarded myself with, in other words. And sometimes I have something to tell her, and maybe not so much. But what I learned from that is that I really don't take time to reward myself for anything that I've done. I don't really sever the moments of achievements within my life. So, for instance, me moving to Charlotte, I feel like I was excited and I was happy, but I wasn't really present, and I really didn't take time to really take it all in and just be like, girl, you really did this, like, and just be proud of myself and celebrate that. I don't take time to really celebrate. I have moments to where I'm proud and I'm excited and things like that, but I don't really savor that moment. And that's something I want to change. I want to be able to reward myself weekly with something, whether it's buying flowers for myself, a date, taking myself on a solo date. And I have done those things. I have done that at least before, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent. And so I want to change that, and I am going to change that. And I kind of already been starting. And it's just been small things. Like, at the end of the week, I try to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do for myself. You've been doing this, you've been doing that, you've been working hard, girl, you burnt out, you tired. It's time for you to reward yourself. And yeah, I encourage you all to do the same thing. Like, yeah, I think it's important that we not only hear from other people as far as how far we come, how much we have achieved, how proud people are of us, but you gotta know that within yourself. You gotta feel that within yourself. Like, you really do. You gotta feel that within yourself. And so, yeah, that's been something that I've been starting to do, and I'm gonna continue to do. And every week that may be different. I'm thinking about just, coming up with a way, maybe writing down little rewards for myself weekly, for the remainder of the year, and maybe putting into some cute little box or whatever, and just taking one slip of paper out, reading it, and rewarding myself. That way I don't have to necessarily think of anything on the fly. It's like already there. I can just pull it out. So that may be a great idea for some of y'all. But in all, becoming a better woman starts with you. It's different, for everybody. And so for me, it's my character first. It's, the type of person that I want to be, how I want to be perceived, from other people as well that I'm around, who's around me. But just being happy about who I am, like healed, whole. May I just add this? This is also important to me. Just looking good. When you look good, you feel good. Get it from my mama, on my hood. I look fly. I look good. All of that. That's a good feeling. And I know that I'm getting there. And every day I'm getting closer to becoming the woman that I know I will become and I want to become. It starts with you. It starts with you. Be bomb for yourself. Not just for other people, do it for yourself, love. Know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, right? If you have to rehearse those positive affirmations, to yourself, do so. Let it resonate. Believe it, okay? So, what am I toasting to this week? I am toasting to becoming the woman that I know that I was born to be and that I know that I will become, and just embracing the journey on getting there. What are you toasting to? Feel free, if you're watching on YouTube, to comment down below what you're toasting to. Make sure to follow me on all my socials, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again in next week's podcast. Love you guys. Mwah.